Howdy gang. So in today's episode, I'm just heading to the local woods. I've left the car at home. I'm going to cook myself a little bit of lunch, and at the same time, I'm going to review my Odoland Cookset. With it being so cold today and the time of day, I don't think we're going to bump into anyone. I do come over here often, so I know exactly where I'm going to go. First thing we'll do, we'll have a look at the stove. So this is exactly what you get when you buy the Odoland stove. This cost me $19.99 off Amazon. And what you get is, so you get the two pots. It's like a piece of cloth just to give it a wipe out and it stops things rattling. And then here you get this little stove. Now it's really compact. I don't know what it weighs. I'm not really bothered about that at the moment. But it's not heavy. And basically it just opens up like so. You open the little arms, screw that onto your canister, and it's got its own little ignition system. Now I always bring a lighter as well, just in case, because you never know if these things are going to fail. And it's just really easy to light, and it's got a simmer mode as well. You also get this spork. It's not very good, but it does fold down small. It does the job, but you know, you might want to invest in something a little bit better than that, or just bring a small one from home if you've got that. And it comes in this nice little drawstring bag. I think I might have bought this separately for about, I think it was about £4 or £5. If I did, I think that's how much they are. What that does, it just gives you a little bit more stabilisation. So you can put it nice and flat, knowing that, you know, it's not going to topple over. Now what I will say is that for actually cooking in, I don't think that these pots are the best, depending on what you're having. Like if you're having soup, or you've made a stew at home and you're just bringing that to warm up, I think it would be fine. But in terms of like actually cooking, I think you need to invest in like another small little frying pan, or like what I've just got a mess tin. So what I'm going to be having for lunch today is cheese and broccoli, pasta and sauce. So that's just nice and easy to do. And I've bought myself some meatballs, which were frozen. So what I've done is I've left them in the fridge overnight, so they are going to be nice and easy to cook through. So I've just got some fry light. So let's see how this performs then, guys. I have used it a few times, but mainly for, you know, just boiling water for tea. But I did take it on my first wild camping trip, and it performed brilliantly there. And I did take it on a hike one morning and cook breakfast in the woods, and it was brilliant also. Touch more oil. It's only 1 calorie a spray, that. I'm going to get my knife out And I'm actually going to cut through these. Yeah, they're good to go in there now. So we'll whack them in there. Bit of water, little dash of milk. In goes the pasta. As long as you're careful with what you're doing, it's very stable and it's a good stove. It's got lots of power, plenty of heat coming from it. I have got a windshield for when it is windy, but I'm quite lucky today. There's hardly any wind here where I've chosen. Yeah, so we are just starting to bubble there. I'm going to turn that down now and we'll simmer. And that's really good, you know, you can turn that down right low so that just simmers away. And I just think that, you know, when you consider that there are some stoves out there, like, you know, the MSR, the jet boils and the like, can pay into the hundreds. You know, some of the other like smaller stoves that are a little bit like this, you can pay 60, 70 quid. And I just think, like, if you're just doing this like casually, like myself, this is all you need. So in today's discussion with Deggers, I just want to talk briefly about worrying about what other people think. If you constantly worry about what other people are going to think of you, you'll never do anything. And, you know, it does take guts, it does take balls to put yourself out there. And, you know, even putting videos out like this, like my last wall camp video, I was a little bit nervous about putting it out there. I was worried that it might have come across as a little bit cheesy. I don't know. We're all human, and it's human nature to have these things go through your mind. However, I did do it. I did put it out there, and the feedback and some of the comments that I've had from people have been really, really nice and really, really lovely. So I would just like to say thank you for that. And if you've not seen that video yet and you've just come across this one, it's the previous video. It's my first solo wall camp. So go and check that out. I do use this stove on that trip as well. And yeah, I was scared doing it. I was nervous, like, about being out there on my own for the first time. But I just thought, you know what, if I'm honest about it, and I just tell people the truth and tell people how it is, then that's all you can do. And like I say, the feedback has been brilliant. So thank you very much for everyone that commented. Thank you for all of the likes. Thank you for all of the people that have subscribed. I have had about 30 or 40 new subscribers since that video. I mean, that doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. I'm doing this purely for the enjoyment. I like being out here. I like doing what I do. I like editing the videos, and really that's the main thing. So, you know, my point is that you shouldn't worry about what other people think. Get out there, do what you want to do. If it involves posting on social media, if it means that, you know, you want to keep a record on social media because you feel that it holds you accountable, go and do it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about the haters. You just do what you want to do, and if you're getting enjoyment from it, then that's all that matters. So you can probably see there now, that's reduced down lovely, that has, and that is literally minutes away. So I'm going to whack the meatballs in, heat them up in the sauce and get it down me Gregory. Spot on. Just put a little bit more heat on. So I'm going to give that a couple of minutes, let them meatballs warm back up. Salt and pepper. Let's give it a little sprinkle. And we're pretty much good to go, I think. Just make sure it's all piping hot through. And that looks banging. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm excited about this. Just because it's different, isn't it? And we all need a little bit of variety in life. So I'm on my last couple of mouthfuls. And I've got to say, that was absolutely banging. Oh, I'm not wasting that. All that. So now I'm just going to make a cup of tea. I'll just time that. And it was around 3.5 minutes. I don't think that that's bad. That's what I meant when I said that this wasn't very good. That has a tendency to happen. So you have to hold it there. But what do you want for 20 quid? You know? And unfortunately, one thing that you never get out of is the washing up, because I'll still have to do that when I get home as well. Cheers. You can't beat a good strong cup of Rosy Lee. The verdict on the stove. All I can say is that, listen, I am no expert. I am an amateur when it comes to this stuff. The only other stove that I've had, apart from this, is one of the old camping gas things. And I mean, like, that was just way too bulky, which is like why I got this one. Because as you can see, it's really compact. So by no means am I an expert. I am not telling you to go out and buy this cook set. Absolutely not. What I am saying is that for £20, I think it's brilliant for my needs and what I'm going to be using it for at this specific moment in time. You can get yourself your little canister of gas for £4.99. It just screws on. I'm sure these are only about 4 or 5 quid as well. So basically, for 25 quid, 30 with your gas, you've got a great little cook set that's going to see you know, do really well for just starting out. And as you can see, it packs away really nicely. It's so compact. And if you're just mainly using it for dehydrated meals and boiling water so you can have a brew and stuff, I mean, you can't go wrong really. So yeah, that's me, all done. Always remember, leave no trace. And if you have enjoyed that video, please do give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.